Hey guys, fellow Star Trek fans. I got another little Star Trek goodie to share with you. This one is from the original series. As you look at the lovely USS Enterprise, NCC 1701 in the background. I haven't done a video yet when it comes to Eaglemoss, because I don't really have any Eaglemoss items. Well, I can't say that anymore. I have one now. I've got the Planet Killer. This is from Eaglemoss. And this is really, really, really cool. It comes with a nice magazine, and I'll go through everything, give you all the details. We go back to the Doomsday Machine, the episode in the original Star Trek. The Constellation, radio silence. The Enterprise goes to investigate and finds the Constellation badly damaged. The crew is all gone. Her captain is the only thing left, Commodore Matt Decker. And the away team was Captain Kirk, Mr. Scott, Dr. McCoy, and a couple of crewmen. And what ended up happening was they sent the captain, Commodore Decker, back to the Enterprise with Dr. McCoy, because he was in a state of shock, and they tried to get the ship going as fast as they could, or as best as they could. And the Doomsday Machine ended up coming back. And ultimately, Commodore Decker gets control of the Enterprise and tries to attack. And this is just a really, really cool episode. It's one of my favorite episodes. I was ecstatic to get this. Like I said, a lot of the Eaglemoss things, they're really nice. I just never had an opportunity to get them. They don't really light up or anything, but they're still very nice, detail-oriented. I got nothing bad to say about Eaglemoss. I just never had the opportunity to get one until now, and I want to share this with you guys. So, let's get right into it. Alright, so we'll put this aside for a minute. And let's take a look at this awesome magazine. This is the Eaglemoss Collection's Star Trek Official Starships Collection magazine, the Planet Killer special issue. Encountered 2267. The hull is made of neutronium. The weaponry is pure anti-proton, and the origin is extragalactic. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look. And if you want to see anything that you like in this magazine, you can pause it, because I'm going to put up pictures and you can check it out for yourself. It shows the stand assembly, positioning. You can shop online for different things. On the other side of the Planet Killer, the specifications. It's an ancient weapon, 2267, and the system L374. The hull is solid neutronium, and the weaponry is anti-proton beams and subspace distortion fields. You can see the awesome pictures. And you got a full spread on the next page. Arriving from beyond the galaxy, this ancient weapon destroyed everything in its path. In 2267, while on routine patrol, the USS Constellation, under the command of Commodore Matt Decker, detected a solar system in which the planets had been completely destroyed. Heavy subspace interference prevented them from reporting their findings to Starfleet, but they continued to investigate, discovering that several other systems also had been destroyed. They discovered the cause when they entered System L374. The science officer, Masada, reported that the fourth planet was breaking up. When the Constellation approached it, they discovered a vast machine that was slicing the planet apart with an anti-proton beam. Their analyst showed that it was unmanned and that its function appeared to be to reduce planets to rubble in which it could be digested for fuel. You get that awesome picture. Now, I'm not going to read the entire magazine to you, just the interesting facts that I think you should know, because I'll put the pictures up and you'll be able to read them or pause the video. The data feed. Neither the Enterprise or the Constellation scanners were able to penetrate the Planet Killer's neutronium hull, so Starfleet was never able to determine any details about the internal workings. The machine's interior would have suffered considerable damage when the Constellation exploded inside it, even though the starship's antimatter pods had been rendered inert. The explosion caused by the overload of the Constellation's impulse engines would have been the equivalent of a high-yield nuclear bomb. It shows you more pictures. That's just so cool. Let's see what we got next. We got the iconic photograph looking over the Enterprise's shoulder as she's looking into the throat of the Planet Killer. This is the making of the Doomsday Machine. According to its author, Norman Sinrad, the second season episode, The Doomsday Machine, owes its existence to Stanley Kubrick. Like Spinrod's good friend, Harlan Ellison, who wrote The City on the Edge of Forever, Spinrod was a science fiction novelist described as a leading light of the sci-fi new wave movement that had emerged in the 60s. Alongside his work as a novelist, Spinrod had been employed by the literacy agency handling Stanley Kubrick's movies 2001: A Space Odyssey. This gave him a certain amount of insider knowledge that enabled him to write a number of articles about the project prior to its release. The Doomsday Machine was Star Trek's take on Moby Dick, as an obsessed captain pursued a giant destructive beast. You see the pictures when they first arrive, again, onto the Constellation. Mr. Scott trying to repair the engines. Warp drive was out, so they had to do the impulse. And Captain Kirk, when he took over from the auxiliary control, This, of course, the next page is when Commodore Decker assumes command of the Enterprise under regulations. And interestingly, there was no Lieutenant Uhura. Not in this episode, anyway. Nichelle Nichols was not in it. Again, you can read it all if you want. I'm just going to point out all the highlights. It wasn't practical to damage a filming model of the Enterprise, but the visual effects team were able to use a commercially available AMT model of the ship, which had recently been released. So they took the Enterprise and they had damaged the model kit and turned it into the Constellation. Again, I got an awesome picture of the Doomsday Machine firing its anti-proton beam. Spinrod was not impressed by the final design of the Planet Killer, which he felt was too basic. At Roddenberry's request, he even produced his own drawing of the ship, which had cutting and tractor beams and tentacles. That would have been interesting. Captain Kirk decides the best plan of action is to cause an overload after Commodore Decker goes in and self-destructs with a shuttlecraft, and there's enough fluctuation in the power to make them think that they had a plan. So he rams the Constellation down its throat, and it has an overload of the engines, and it ends up neutralizing the Doomsday Machine. There's a good picture of Commodore Decker after he assumes command of the Enterprise. The picture of Captain Decker from Star Trek, the motion picture, before Admiral Kirk takes it back. Another picture of Matt Decker. Will Decker on the left was originally going to be Kirk's second in command on a new TV series. The writers wanted him to have a father-son relationship with Kirk, which was complicated by his own father's death. And at the bottom, you see the commander Romulan commander. An early script for the movie Star Trek II revealed that the Romulan commander had been so intrigued by Spock that she had impregnated herself using his DNA. That would have been interesting, because if you remember in that episode, the Enterprise incident, she really did have feelings for Mr. Spock. Of course, Mr. Spock took advantage of that and they were able to escape. And here is Savic. Kirstie Alley, I think, is the best Savic. As a character of Savic was originally conceived, she was a half Romulan who had been sent to live with her father for undisclosed reasons. There's a lot of information here, and I don't want to bore you with going into all the specifics, so this is a really, really good read. If you want, pause the video. If you're able to read paragraphs, wealth of information. On the back, it shows another great picture of the Enterprise trying to attack the Doomsday Machine. Some more information. And on the back of the last page, it also shows you what else is available. And on the back is that great picture of the Doomsday Machine. So the magazine is it's a really cool thing to add with the model. So we'll put that onto the side, and we'll go ahead and we'll open up the box. Let's see if I can put that over there. Now the box itself, it's got the Planet Killer on the top. It's got a little stand. And let's see, is there a release date? 2019 release date. Star Trek on the sides. On the back, it shows the franchises that are available: Enterprise, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and the Next Generation. And on the bottom, StarTrek.com and the trademark information. So let's go ahead and we'll open it up. Let's get the little flap. Try to open it where it doesn't get damaged. All right. Put that aside. And what we got? Ooh, look at that. So the little oval disc is the bottom of the stand, and it gets cradled in this part. And for the Doomsday Machine itself, oh, is that just fantastic or what? And you can see the inside. Dun 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 dun. It's just amazing. I love the way it looks, the detail. All right, let's see if there's anything else in the box. Nope, that's it. So let's put that aside, and we'll put it on the base. All right, what's on the bottom? There is a number on the bottom. That would be 8272-AA Planet Killer 2019. So you can see this goes in to the bottom, and just like that, the stand is set up. Very easy. And the Planet Killer can go. I love it. let's see. It looks like there's a compartment over here. So this part is held on by magnets. You can see the magnets inside. And you got the little button. Oh man. Let me put this back on and I'll show you how incredible this looks. This is fantastic. As it turns and starts coming for you. I love it. Isn't that amazing? I don't know a whole lot about Eaglemoss, but I don't know if there are any other Eaglemoss models that light up like this. This is just it's fantastic. I love this thing. Can't really use it in scale against this ship because it's 1/350, but if this was in 1/350 scale, probably be the size of the room. It'd be very big. So I'll put up a ton of pictures of it. I want to make sure you can see how just incredible it looks. And that you can see the lighting in it. Yep, that's all that's left in the box. I'll put the box over there. And let me take it off the tripod. Alright, so this is a little bit better. I can give a little bit more descriptions and shots. You see the length. And it's coming for you. Let's see. Nope, it still doesn't go in scale. But this thing is just so cool. From the other side so you can see the detail. It may be basic, but to me it's just iconic. I just love that. As you go in. Drove Commodore Decker mad as he went in towards the end in the shuttlecraft. And I'll give you a look at the top. And I'll show you the bottom. Again, there's that panel. Magnetic pieces are holding it on. And that's where the switch is for the light and the battery compartment. Go into the maw. If you want to take the batteries out or put it on or off, you can. It's a lot simpler than I'm trying to do it, but I've only got one hand. So you take it off, and it's got the little magnetic pieces that hold it in place. You can see that switch right there, the little square switch. You push it down, and it goes off. And in order to change the batteries, you have to use the screwdriver and take the screws out of the circuit board, and the batteries attach underneath. You push it down, comes up, and just like that, the Planet Killer springs to life. So we can put this back on. I'm sorry, I don't know why it keeps going out of focus. There, that's better. For some reason, it just keeps going out of focus. So let's put it back on the stand. What a way to get my first Eaglemoss model. I think this is just awesome. Let me take a look around and see if I have anything to scale that I can use. Alright, so I did find something. I've got the little Micro Machines USS Enterprise NCC 1701. You can see. But I still think it's going to be too big. It's a little bit closer though. Try to get it into more of the scale. Well, anyway. That's the little Micro Machines Enterprise. I forgot that I had it, actually. I've had it for so long. Alright, getting back to the Planet Killer. I'll show you I showed you guys the top, the bottom, the sides, the inside, the internal mechanisms. And this is just a real fun piece. If you get a chance to pick this model up, you won't be disappointed. This is a really fun little model, representing something pretty iconic in the Star Trek original series episodes. The Doomsday Machine, the Planet Killer. I hope you had as much fun watching as I had as much fun unboxing it. I think it's just amazing. And if you guys had wondered about this model, and you were wondering what it looked like, what it did, the details, I hope this video helped you a little bit. One final time, we'll fly down. I'll fly towards it, and it starts to turn. And at that point, your ship is doomed. This is the Planet Killer from Star Trek, the original series. Nice. So that, my friends, is the Doomsday Machine. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys again real soon.